You have heard the advice 1,000 times. Just watch English movies and TV shows. That is how you learn naturally. That is how children learn. Just immerse yourself and the language will come. So, you did it? You spent hours watching Netflix. You watched Friends. You watched Breaking Bad. You watched documentaries and talk shows and YouTube videos in English. And your English stayed pretty much the same. Sound familiar? Here is the truth that nobody in the English learning industry wants to say out loud. Passive watching does not work. Not on its own. Not the way most people do it. Today we are going to explain exactly why, and more importantly, what you should be doing instead to actually improve your English through content you love. Let us start with the core issue. When most people watch Netflix to improve their English, they are doing it passively. They sit back, they follow the story, they enjoy the entertainment, and when they do not understand something, they either turn on subtitles in their native language, or they just let it go and keep watching. This is entertainment. It is not learning. Your brain in passive mode is looking for meaning and story, not language structure. It wants to know what happens next, not how the sentence was built or why that particular word was chosen. Think about it this way. You have probably watched hundreds of hours of content in your native language. Did that make you a better writer? Did it improve your grammar? Did it expand your vocabulary significantly? Probably not, because passive consumption rarely transfers to active skill. Language learning requires active engagement. Your brain needs to struggle slightly, to reach for understanding, to notice patterns, to process and produce. Passive watching gives your brain a free ride, and free rides do not build skills. Now let us talk about subtitles, because this is where most learners sabotage themselves. Without knowing it, there are three ways people watch English content. Option 1, native language subtitles. This is the most common, and it is also the least effective for language learning. When native language subtitles are on, your brain reads them. It does not need to process the English audio at all. You are essentially watching a translated show, not an English one. Option 2, English subtitles. Better. Your brain is now connecting spoken English to written English. You are reading and listening simultaneously. This builds reading comprehension and helps you catch words you miss. Option 3, no subtitles. The most challenging, and when used correctly, the most powerful for listening comprehension and natural language absorption. The problem is that most learners jump between these three options randomly, using whatever is most comfortable in the moment, and comfort is the enemy of progress. True improvement requires a strategy, not just a streaming subscription. So what is the difference between passive watching and active watching? Active watching means you are engaged with the language, not just the story. Here is what it looks like in practice. You pause. When you hear an interesting phrase or an expression you do not fully understand, you pause the video. You think about it. You look it up if needed. You say it out loud. You repeat. You rewind a line and listen to it again, not because you missed the plot, but because you want to hear how it was said, the rhythm, the stress, the contraction you notice. You pay attention to how native speakers express things, how they disagree politely, how they ask for something, how they express surprise or excitement or frustration. You collect. You keep a small notebook or notes app open. When you hear a phrase you love, you write it down. Not just the words, but the full context. You shadow. You pause, rewind, and repeat lines out loud, matching the speaker's exact tone, speed, and pronunciation. Active watching turns Netflix from entertainment into a language laboratory, but it takes focus and intention, and it means you will watch far less content per session and learn far more. Not all English content is equal for language learning. Choosing the right content makes a massive difference. What to watch? Sitcoms and drama series are excellent. The language is natural, conversational and repeated across many episodes. Shows like Friends, The Office, Modern Family. And Suits are used by English learners worldwide because the dialogue is realistic and varied. Talk shows and interviews are underrated. The language is spontaneous and unscripted, which means you hear real hesitations, real corrections, real natural speech patterns. Shows like The Tonight Show or podcast-style interviews are gold for this. YouTube channels by native speakers talking about topics they are passionate about. The language is natural, enthusiastic, and full of real expressions. What to avoid, at least in the beginning? Fantasy and science fiction often use invented words, archaic language, or highly stylized dialogue that does not reflect everyday English. Action movies with very little dialogue. You're watching stunts, not language. Heavily accented or regional content before you have a solid foundation. This can confuse more than it helps early on. Match the content to your level, and always prioritize natural, conversational dialogue over dramatic or stylized speech. We have mentioned shadowing before in this series, but it deserves a full explanation here, because it is the single most powerful technique for using video content to improve your English. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say, simultaneously, or immediately after, matching their rhythm, their stress, their speed, and their intonation. Here is how to do it with any video. Step 1. Find a scene with clear, natural dialogue. 2 to 3 minutes long is ideal. Step 2. Watch it once for understanding, follow the story. Step 3. Turn on English subtitles. Watch it again. This time focus on the language, not the plot. Step 4. Now shadow. Play the video. Pause after each line. Repeat it out loud, exactly as the speaker said it, same speed, same tone, same contractions and reductions. Step 5. After you can repeat each line comfortably, try to shadow without pausing. Play the line and speak simultaneously. This technique activates your listening, your speaking, your pronunciation, and your rhythm all at the same time. 20 minutes of shadowing does more for your English than 3 hours of passive watching. Here is another technique that transforms how you use video content for learning. Collect phrases, not just words. Most learners, when they encounter new vocabulary in a show, write down the single word and its translation. This is better than nothing, but it is not the most effective approach. Instead, collect the whole phrase, the full expression, the complete chunk of language as it was used in context. Not just reckless, but that was a completely reckless decision. Not just exhausted, but I am absolutely exhausted. I cannot think straight. The phrase gives you the word. In its natural habitat, it shows you how the word connects to other words. It gives you something you can actually use in conversation, not just recognize on a test. Keep a phrase journal, even 5 new phrases per episode, collected, reviewed, and practiced, will transform your vocabulary and your natural expression over time. There is a famous theory in language learning called comprehensible input, developed by linguist Stephen Krashen. The idea is simple but powerful. The best content for language learning is content where you understand about 80 to 90% of what is being said, and the remaining 10 to 20% stretches you slightly. If you understand 100%, there is nothing new to learn. Your brain is not being challenged. If you understand less than 50%, you are lost. Your brain gives up trying to decode the language and just focuses on survival comprehension. The sweet spot is that 80 to 90% zone. Enough familiarity to follow along, enough challenge to grow. This is why choosing the right level of content matters so much. A beginner watching a legal drama full of complex terminology is not in the comprehensible input zone. They are in the lost zone. Find content where you mostly understand, but where you are still reaching slightly. That reaching is where the real learning happens. Here is a practical weekly plan that combines all of these techniques into a simple routine. 3 times per week, active watching sessions. Choose one episode or a 20-minute clip. Watch actively. Pause, repeat, collect phrases, limit yourself to 20 to 30 minutes per session. Quality over quantity. 2 times per week, shadowing sessions. Take a scene from something you have already watched and shadow it intensively. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. Focus on matching the speaker exactly. Daily, review your phrase journal. Spend 5 minutes going through the phrases you have collected. Say them out loud. Try to use 1 or 2 in your internal English narration during the day. Once per week, no subtitle challenge. Pick a short clip, 5 to 10 minutes, and watch it with no subtitles. Test your listening comprehension. Note what you missed. Then re-watch with subtitles to fill the gaps. This plan takes less time than binge watching Netflix for 3 hours, and it will do 100 times more for your English. Here is what I want you to remember from today. Netflix is not your enemy. English movies and TV shows are genuinely one of the best resources available for language learners. The problem was never the content, it was how you were using it. Passive watching entertains you. Active watching transforms you. The difference between a learner who watches 100 hours of English TV and makes no progress, and one who watches 20 hours and becomes significantly more fluent, is not talent. It is not luck. It is intention. Watch with intention. Listen with intention. Repeat with intention. Collect with intention. Do that, and every episode of your favorite show becomes a language lesson. Subscribe to English Out Loud for more honest, practical English content. That actually moves the needle. And we will see you in the next one.